This full moon is revealing, it's intense, and it's shifting a lot in our lives. This month of May is a big month for us, as May is the blue moon month, which we haven't had since August of 2023. And we have 3 moon cycles this month. And Miss Miyagi says hi. Hi, Mimi. Hi. If you are new to my channel, hi, I'm Karina, your lucid living coach. I'm a healing arts astrologer, and I'm here to give you the full moon in Scorpio report. Now, the full moon is happening on May 2nd at around 10:30 a.m. And this is the culmination and completion from when we had the new moon in Scorpio, November of 2025. And she's not going to give up. The second I start talking on camera, it's like this is where she wants to be. Miss Miyagi. She's the one that I made stickers on my tea. And she's my little astrology helper. So, anyways, I will be recording this video and breaking down the astrology, and I'll be sharing it a little more from my perspective in my life, so I can maybe help better understand how it unfolds in your life. And this full moon is intense and it's emotional and it's revealing. It's exposing some of you, it's transforming your life, and most of you, it's transforming your life at the root. I mean, especially for us rising Leos. This is happening in the house of family, home, mother, nurturing, a lot of things coming up from the past, and being able to really see how you have become the way that you are through your upbringing and through who was main players in your life. Like, one of my main players was my papa, and he passed away, and we just had his service this weekend, and that was that full moon Scorpio intensity building. And it's pointing and it's showing me who was there and how so many amazing experiences that I had in childhood that made me who I am today. And I just love and appreciate that so much. There's so much around appreciation, Miss Miyagi. Stop. So, I will be getting into what a blue moon month is. I'll be getting into the full moon, what's activating this new transit of Uranus in Gemini that just moved back into Gemini on Saturday. Gemini, I believe, in July of last year, and then retrograded back. So there's a lot to get into. So let's just get into it. All right. So November of 2025 is what we are looking and thinking back to, because that's when we had the new moon in Scorpio. And for me, that time was really about releasing and letting go. I knew that my papa was not well. My relationships at that time were a highlight. Emotional boundaries. What I was no longer to carry, that's other people's stuff. And the seed point was around emotional healing, intimacy, and trust and power dynamics, and letting go and facing your shadow. So there were things I became aware of, but if I'm being honest, not everything was fully transformed yet, because it took that 6-month cycle, and this is the completion of that cycle. And now this full moon is bringing it back up. Okay, what did I actually do with that awareness. So what did you start back then, or who came into your life, or who left your life? And what did you decide that you were done tolerating? Did you actually transform something within the last 6 months, or are you just becoming aware of it? Were there things that have been revealed to you that was maybe in the dark? Because Scorpio doesn't let you bypass this kind of work. Okay. So this blue moon month means that there's 3 moon cycles in 1 month. And this hasn't happened since August of 2023. And it switched to the new moon beginning the month and the full moon ending the month. And this dragged through all of 2024 and switched to the full moon beginning the month, January of 2025, until this last month. So what we're starting is this new beginning, allowing things to come in, manifesting at the beginning of the month, and then things will naturally fall away with the full moon ending the month. As before, it's been we had to choose to release certain things before things came in. So a lot of this energy from the last year is now shifting this monthly new moon cycle, full moon cycle. Think back to August of 2023. What was happening at that time? What was starting that has come to a completion, and it's time to completely release it. Release the whole and start new. We have this full moon in Scorpio at the beginning of May. Okay, and this is like highlighting and completing, like what we're not willing to tolerate, what our truth is, like expressing our truth, being raw and being real. And then the new moon is in Taurus in mid-month, which is a new beginning. So for me, I have this highlight in my 4th house, and then I have this new beginning in my 10th house of career and legacy and how I'm being seen in the world. And then the last full moon of May ends May with the bang with this optimistic Sagittarius full moon. So that's 3 lunar chickens in 1 month. And that's what makes this month accelerated and energetic. Things that would normally take a month could happen in weeks. This month is karmic. It's fast tracking. It's emotional breakthroughs, rapid endings and beginnings. And you're being pushed into alignment, whether you're ready or not. Very similar to the new moon in Aries that we just had. Part 2. This is the 4th house activation. So as a Leo rising, if you're a Leo rising, this may or may not be in your 4th house, because I pull Placidus, which gives me more information when reading charts. You have whole sign astrologers and you have Placidus astrologers. You get more information from the exact positioning of the houses. Some are big, some are small, some are intercepted, some are ruling 2 houses, some aren't ruling any, and it really gives more to your story, and it gets it instead of every Leo rising being the same. So we are all different. All Leo risings are different. We might be going through different things, not always the same thing. So this full moon could be happening in your 3rd house. But for me, and I'm a rising Leo, really early degrees. So most Leo risings, even whole sign astrologers, are going to say this is happening in the 4th house of home. And in the 4th house is the very foundation of your chart. This is your emotional foundation. This is where you're nurturing your home, your production, your family, your mother, your roots, your ancestry. This is your inner world, a sense of like safety here, and the private life. Okay. So for me, this is very emotional, like putting my papa to rest. This is about healing old emotional patterns, looking at what I've been holding on to, and asking myself where I need to let go. And if you're also feeling emotional right now, it's not random. Scorpio energy is pulling things up so that they can be cleared. Part 3. The the opposition of the 4th house is the 10th house of career and legacy. This is the public life versus the private truth. And what's interesting in this full moon is opposing the 10th house, my career, my visibility, and my public life. So there is this tension between the two. As I have been so busy with family, I really wanted to get this video out earlier, and I just have had a really hard time getting and mustering up the energy the last couple days because his memorial was Sunday. And so there is this tension, right? So who I am in private and who I show up as publicly. And I know a lot of you feel this too. It's like, am I being real in my life or am I just performing? So that's huge for Leo's risings. We're a big performance. We hide a lot. We hide our pain. We hide our struggles. We are the lions, right? We have to appear majestic and strong and regal, and that is great. But we all have our own struggles. So this full moon is asking you to align the two. So wherever Scorpio is and wherever Taurus is in your natal birth chart. And if you have never had a reading by me, I highly recommend you ordering a reading so I could help you better understand where these transits and where this energy is focused for you. So you're more aware. So you know what's coming next and what to align your energy with. It really helps. It's an energetic meteorologist for your soul's DNA. Okay. So part 4, this is the Uranus and Gemini beginning. Okay. Your voice is evolving. And with Uranus and Gemini, energy is activated. Our communication will be more vocal, not so quiet. So there is this awakening happening in how we think, how we speak, and express ourselves. So instead of typing, we will be using our voice more in like search engines, much like Alexa. It's going to be more intuitive, our interface. It's not going to be like it has been in the past where we're going on Google. It's going to be AI interfaced with thought and with speaking. So like Alexa, very much like that, like put on my shopping list this, and then it will pop up and it will order it, and all of a sudden it's at your door. Like things are going to be shifting in the way that we communicate, and there is going to be pretty fast momentum happening. For me personally, I've been noticing shifts in how I want to communicate, breaking out of old ways of showing up on camera. And this has been going on for a while, since life has been pretty crazy for me the past few years. But I want to be more real and less scripted. When I first started doing these, especially around 2022, well, I'd say 2020, 2020, yeah, all of 2020, I felt like I was doing a lot of lives and I felt comfortable doing those lives. I'm having a little more difficulty also for rising Leos. Uranus being out of the 10th house is a breath of fresh air. It's in the 11th house, which is new connections, and there are opportunities that are going to be entering our life, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, that's Uranus. It's like, be authentic, be different, and be free. So if you've been feeling called to change how you express yourself, trust that. Uranus in Gemini is activating this full moon cycle. Uranus has moved into Gemini last year already, July 7th. And then it had the full moon in Capricorn right after, which is in my 6th house of work. And it retrograded back into Taurus November 7th, 2025. So this is highlighting November of last year again. So this full moon is really like, and this month is highlighting what was happening in fall of last year. And what was happening of 2025 from May too. So the last time Uranus was in Gemini was before last year, of course, was 1941 through 1949. So there's always a rhyme to this stuff. Like if you even think about that, I think there was a lot of war, right? World War II, and now we're in this World War III feel. I got in depth about this transit in my video that I posted 9 months ago from when Uranus first went into Gemini before its retrograde back. And I will try to link that at the end of this video. But think about the era back in 1940s and the massive shifts in communication, wartime, forward to like messaging and propaganda and technological innovations and a complete rewiring to how people think. And now we're entering that similar energy theme. And this time it's digital AI and collective consciousness awakening. So during this full moon, you may experience sudden realizations, truth downloads, shifting in perspectives, and breaking out of old mental loops. This is your mind being liberated, but Pluto says it's time to think differently, to feel into the transformation. Now, part 5, this is the moon square Pluto, your power check. This is an area of tension, but ultimately a lesson, something we're learning. And this moon in Scorpio is squaring over to Pluto in Aquarius, which is the depositor for this full moon. And when you look, Pluto is in my house of partnership and relationship, and the moon is in my house of home and nurturing protection, how I protect myself in relationships. This is a part where you can feel a bit triggered. And I'll be honest, this is where I've had to check myself because this energy can bring up control issues, emotional reactions, power struggles. But instead of looking outside, I've been asking myself, where am I giving my power away? Where am I trying to control instead of surrender? And because Pluto doesn't play, it will show you exactly where you need to evolve. Pluto is the ruler of this Scorpio full moon. So this aspect hits a bit deeper because Pluto is now in Aquarius. This is showing up through our social dynamics, our friendships, communities, online spaces, and collective power structures. We are going to be seeing a lot more of the darker side of AI and the truth. So Scorpio always reveals the truth. This next 6-month cycle, we're going to see where AI starts taking the collective and what we can really believe online. I feel like a lot of things are going to be brought back into community, into the arts, and into real life, because like nothing is real online anymore, and a lot of people can't tell what's real and what's not. And I can't even imagine what a child's brain might be thinking. It just feels very deceptive to me, even though it is the way of the new world. And how it's going to change human brain is going to be really interesting to look at. But you may notice triggers around control or betrayal or emotional reactions that feel bigger than the situation. People are revealing their true intentions. This is shadow work in real time. So instead of reacting, ask yourself, what is this showing me about myself? Because this isn't about them. This is about what's being activated within you and what's being asked to be transformed. Part 6, this is the Pluto retrograde, okay? So we're going back into the Pluto retrograde, and this is about in the inner work era, because Pluto is going into the underworld. And then just days later, Pluto goes retrograde, and it's from May 6th to October 16th. So everything that you're feeling right now, we're going inward with. And the last time Pluto went retrograde was May and October of last year. I remember being in a deep internal process, and now it's like round 2, but deeper. So this is the time where I'm personally focusing on inner healing, releasing subconscious patterns, and really doing the shadow work, especially in my relationships. Where is Pluto transiting in your natal birth chart? And if you do not know and you'd like a personal reading, you could head over to my website, LUCIDLIVINGMOVEMENT.com, and order a transit reading there. The last Pluto retrograde was May 5th through October 14th, 2025. So think back at to what themes were coming up for you. What were you being forced to confront, and where were you transforming? Because now we're revisiting that energy at a deeper level. Pluto retrograde is internal excavation. This is where your Pluto placements and your Pluto house and where Pluto is activating in your natal birth chart, it shows your patterns. It's getting pulled into the light and is being activated. So this is the time to release control, face your fears, break subconscious patterns, and claim your power. So you have to look at where Pluto is, where Scorpio, what house Scorpio rules, okay? And where this Pluto's transiting. All right, part 4. This is where we're supported. The Gram Water Trine. So even though this is intense, there's also a Grand Water Trine with this Scorpio full moon, because it trines Jupiter in Cancer and the North Node in Pisces. So there is this support with what is being revealed, how we're nurturing, and how we're protecting ourselves, and how we're releasing control over the outcomes. And I feel this is a very supportive. Water is always cleansing. It cleanses away your past. It resets you. And I really feel that we're all needing this reset because of all this intense emotions that have been coming up. Like, even when things feel emotional, there's this undercurrent of you're being guided, you're safe to feel this. Even though things are feeling intense, we're being held. This is a moment where healing happens naturally. Intuition is heightened. You're guided towards your soul path. And the North Node being in Pisces is asking you to surrender trust, release control, and Jupiter in Cancer is expanding your emotional safety and healing, and letting you know it's okay. It's okay to feel. It's okay to be raw and let things come up. So yes, things may feel heavy, but there is grace in this transformation. God never gives us any more than we can handle. And this is where healing is actually happening in a real, beautiful way. So for me, this full moon is about being real with myself, letting go of what no longer aligns, and stepping into a deeper level of truth. And as a Leo, I know that when I do that, I naturally give others the permission to do the same. So if you're going through something right now, and you probably are, because Scorpio affects everyone, just know that you're transforming, you're revealing yourself. It's showing you who you've outgrown, and it's an old self. You're like shedding. You're shedding. That's what Scorpio is. It's like the snake skin is coming off, the old skin is coming off. And when we experience this Sagittarius full moon, it's like the phoenix is rising. It's like everything that you have been going through is breaking you open to this new self. That's beautiful. And it's where have you been holding on where your power truly lies? Ask yourself, what am I ready to release? What truth can I no longer ignore? Who am I becoming on the other side of this? Are you stepping into a new version of yourself, and something powerful is being reborn in you? And if you want help understanding how this specifically affects you and your chart, or if you even want to go bigger and deeper, you might want to order my 3-month coaching package or my 6-month coaching package. I even have a 1-month if you just want to get your toe wet. But these packages will help you transform, and using your natal birth chart, which is your soul's blueprint. It's your soul's DNA. It tells you why you are going through the things that you're going through, what you came into this world to learn, and what all these little figures were in your life. And like, it's just such a beautiful thing to work with the cosmic energy, because you can manifest so much more. Like, you can get so much more out of the work with working with your birth chart. It has transformed my life. It is created so much cycles for me. It's kind of like a calendar that you use. Like, okay, today I'm supposed to be focusing on my work. Okay, today I'm supposed to be focusing on creating. Oh, today I'm going to be focusing on relationships. And it's just a beautiful way. So all the information that you need is in the description. And if you resonated with this, please like, subscribe, and share this with someone who might need it. So let's continue to evolve and heal the collective, one person at a time. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you on the next video. Stick around for the card reading. Oh yeah, I wanted to read the inside degrees too. Yes, inside degrees. I haven't read this in a long time. So, a young man with a frail body, but a beautiful and noble face. Old roots crumbling, new self emerging. Historical underpinnings not very strong. The vision of what can be burns bright and clear. You've been held back a long time by questions about health and safety, valuability, and durability. Always seeming on the way out, yet the internal image of who you are are intended to become looms large and seeks to become incarnated. The battle between what could never be and what must emerge. The underlying feeling tone is that somehow, barely, despite all odds, the Infinite One can be born directly in the shell of the one who could not be. And then all bets are off. Absolutely anything is possible. Ooh, ooh. I'm going to go ahead and start with the tarot. I have literally one fingernail on. That's the kind of time that I've had. Oh, the Two of Cups. This is screaming connection, partnership, emotional happiness within our partnerships. So let's see. Oh, just opened it straight up. Together we learn to dance to the cosmic serenade, love, union, synergy, devotion. So this card is all about relationships. The Two of Cups reflects upon what a union needs in order to survive. In the early stages of romantic fusion, balance should be your top priority, as this dance of harmony, ouch, attraction is lighting you up, but now it's important to work on deepening your emotional bond. Honestly, blend your light and shadow with someone else's. This is a beautiful, rewarding process towards true union. It is all about learning a common choreography, yes, with your partner, and making sure that it is in there is space for making sure that in it there is space for each of you to continue practicing and evolving. A loving relationship or successful collaboration means growing together and reflecting on what you transfer into the other half. Know that both sides are already complete. Their interplay should nurture and expand their wholeness. This dance consists of supporting each other to raise to your highest potential. Devote yourself fully to this rhythm. So in any current relationship, long-standing or new, take time to ask each other some questions about your deepest values. I love that. All right, let's see if anything else wants to come through in the tarot. Woo! So there is the Nine of Wands. Okay. Oh, I'm battling. Battle wounds. They're battling. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands and Nine of Wands. Reversed. Okay, let's see what's in the other deck. Yeah, so we have been going through miscommunications, altercations, and the Magician. Gotta love the Magician. So let me just skim the wands real quick. 7 and 9. Okay, there's 9. I lead with authenticity. So which of your qualities are you proud of? Find some visuals that represent your superpowers and hang them in a prominent place. They will remind you to be unapologetically you. Love that. I embrace my challenges and they offer transformation. So we have been going through challenges within our relationships, within our inner worlds too, because that's so Scorpio, but go on a demanding hike up a peak. If you don't live near mountains, try a long run or a spin class. Seeing how you rise to the challenge will help you feel into your power. And that's great because I am doing a 5K race this weekend in honor of my papa, because he was a runner and he did the Beta Breakers when he was younger. And he did all kinds of runs. So that should be fun. All right, I'm going to pull from the mermaid deck because I'm feeling that mermaid energy with this water trine. Oh, why do I keep dropping them all today? What the heck is going on here? Seashell divination, wisdom of shells. Have fun with that word. All right, come on. What's the message here? You are being asked to listen to and begin to understand the art of reading seashells. An ancient art, simple, pure, and powerful. Seashell divination has a long, secretive history, and shells, such as a beautiful ARIES, were also used in fertility magics. They have been found in the burial mounds of the ancient people of Germany. Wow. Did not know. Ancient China. Divine emperors were buried with the 9 cowries in their mouths. Currency with which to trade in the afterlife. Wow. So the divination for this card, I mean, I wouldn't even know where to begin to read shells. I mean, I have some. Just as crystals hold energies and meanings for us, so do these beautiful living homes and structures of the sea creatures. So each creature resonates with a particular energy, and by connecting with their shell, holding it, feeling its qualities, and understanding its connections, we can begin to heal the part of ourselves. And while we are all perfect and unique expressions of God and Goddess of nature herself, we are also beautiful works in progress. Messages and healings from the natural world are empowering and freely available to us all. Take a walk by the shoreline and do a cleanup of any plastics or human debris you find. And once this offering is made, take another walk, this time with the intent to receive a message from the sea mother and the mermaids via a shell. Hold it and see what it has to say to you, and you may wish to return it to the shore with thanks for its energy, blessings, message, instead of claiming it. You do not need to possess everything. Oh, that's not what Scorpio says. Anyways, I hope that reading resonated with you. Thanks for joining. Thanks for liking and sharing. And I will see you on the next video or at the next Paint and Sip, which is May 30th. And I will be hosting another event this month. I trying to coordinate something with Messiah, so I will give you updates about that. And then I will be at the shop at Walk-In and Crockett the 3rd Saturday of this month. I will see you there. Selling my merch, my astrology merch. I have the new protective car fresheners. I have the Zodiac teas, blends, and the spring equinox one is bomb. One of my favorites. And my natural skincare for the summer sun. It has the non-nano zinc oxide. It is replenishing. It has cocoa butter and coconut oil and all the good stuff for your skin and protection. It's really good for a night serum too. So, all right, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, your Lucid Living Coach, Karina.